girl Kyrie, and I'm back with another video. Now today we're gonna be doing how I had my baby. So pretty much it's gonna be your story time about the birth of me and my fiance's son. Now how I got pregnant is on my page. Hopefully you guys have been keeping up with the story, and here's another piece to it. So I'll be right back and we'll be getting into this video. Alright, so on October 30th, I'll never forget this day, nor the day after. On October 30th, I called my doctor's office to speak to my nurse because my baby wasn't moving as much as he normally did. And yes, I was scared, but my fiance and my mom kind of talked me down with just like maybe he's getting too big to move around, and you know, just trying to keep me level-headed because normally things tend to happen, and concerning anything dealing with me, I take it over and beyond. That's just me. But on this day, I called my doctor's office, and my nurse was like, come on in, we can check and see what he has going on. So I get in the doctor's office, and of course my doctor's office, I love them. They greet me with open arms, and of course they do the routine when I come in, my urine, weight, height, and then I go get put in the room. But I'm not put, they didn't put me in the normal room that I go in, which is where they lay me on, where I normally lay on the table, and they do the fetal heart rate and measure my belly. They didn't do that. We went in a different room where they stuck the two scraps across my stomach, well, around my stomach, and one was pink and one was blue. Of course, to listen to the fetus, and pretty much see what was going on inside that we couldn't see with ultrasound. So I sat in there for a good 30 minutes. I wouldn't even say 30 minutes. I'd say about 15. And once my nurse came back in, realized that Kyrie wasn't moving as normally as, you know, a baby should at that point in time, she was like, come on, let's, you know, get an ultrasound. So me and this ultrasound tech always talk. Like literally always talk. Like I feel like we had so much in common. When I went in the room to get the ultrasound, she really just spoke, and you know, she did her job. And I wasn't mad about that, but that did worry me because of course, like I said, me and her always talk when we went in there. When I went in there, or when me and my fiance went in there. So going in there and her not talking, it kind of, you know, scared me a little bit. So once me and her came out the ultrasound room, she was like, I'm gonna put you in this room, and then Dr. such and such should be in to, you know, talk to you about what we just seen, and you know, and let you know what was going on. So they sent me in the room. The room so happened to be right there by the desk where I can hear the doctor talking, and he was like, oh no, she needs to go to the hospital. So that kind of terrified me when I heard that, but I was like, I'm going to keep a positive open mind and see what he says when he comes in the room. So doctor comes in the room, and I forgot that I signed a little thing to, well, the other doctors can come in to, you know, because they're learning from that, my doctor. So when all the doctors came in, I was like, what are you guys doing in here? He was like, yeah, you remember you signed for that? I was like, oh yeah. So he was like, well, at this point, your baby doesn't have enough fluid around him, so we need to get you on some monitors and get you to the hospital as soon as possible. And I was like, okay. With that being said, I kind of was scared, but my mind went straight for asking question. I was like, can I go get my bag? Can I notify my family? He was like, well, you can call family, but I need you to go straight to the hospital, which was next door to my doctor's office. He was like, well, I need you to go straight to the hospital because I need to get you on monitors as soon as possible. He did tell me we was gonna try to do vaginal birth, because that was what I wanted. I did not want to do C-section at all, but it did come down to me doing it, and I'll get into that. So I So happened I had been up all night, so my phone was dead. So when I did get back to the car and get in the car, my phone just went dead. So I had to sit there in the hospital parking lot for like 3 minutes for my phone to charge a little bit, and to get my mom on the phone and let her know what was going on, to get my fiance up, for everybody to come to the hospital, because I don't know how long this is going to take. But I did not want to be alone. So phone charged up, talked to fiance and my mom, and I go in the hospital. I was like, my doctor sent me over here. He says my baby has low amniotic fluid, and I need to be, you know, put on the monitor. So she was like, okay, we can do that. To call my doctor to make sure that was what he said, of course. I signed some paperwork, which I should have did before I went, but didn't do that. Went in, and like 15 minutes later, I was all out of my clothes, on the monitors, waiting on my fiance and my mom to come in the room. And she was like, well, we're gonna talk to your doctor and see what he says. So pretty much he had told the nurses to put me on Pitocin, which was a pill to start labor, and I would get that every 4 hours, and also they would come in to check me every 4 hours. Oh, so this was overnight. The morning of the 31st, which is Halloween, which is my baby's birthday, it was like 8 a.m. So I had got my last dose, I want to say like 4 o'clock in the morning. So 8 a.m. they come in, check me. He was like, it's still not working. So at this point, it's either do a C-section or he's not gonna live. And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, Miss Webster, we don't have any choice at this point. So I'm looking at my fiance, and my fiance's looking at me, and my mom's looking at me, and my mother-in-law is looking at me like, you're gonna do this, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I have no other choice, because I want my baby. Like, I waited for this. So he was like, well, we're gonna come back about 2 o'clock, and as long as he stay on the monitors and he's doing what he's doing now, then we're just gonna do it at 2 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, I got a little time to spare. Maybe I can, you know, chill a little bit, watch a little TV, do something. But did not happen that way. He comes in, well, my nurse gives me this little cup of some yucky stuff. It's like this yellow, but not yellow, clearish yellow looking stuff, and I swallowed it, and it was the most horrible thing I have ever tasted. So I swallowed it, and I can still feel it, and I'm just like, oh my god, I gotta throw up. So she was like, you're not gonna throw up, just to help you not throw up. So I'm like, okay, what's the next step? She was like, oh yeah, you're finna go. And I was just like, he said at 2 o'clock. She was like, nah, we gonna do it now. So they rolled me down to the C-section room, and of course, you know, they stuck me in my back with whatever it was, the epidural or not epidural, something to numb me up, pretty much. And next thing I know, I was laying out on the table, and they was calling my fiance down. And when my fiance came in the room, he was like, oh, they already cut you. And I was just like, you know, he was like, I see it. And so I was in and out of sleep during that process, because they said that's the effect that the epidural has on you. I don't know how true that is, but maybe I was just tired from them coming and waking me up every 4 hours. I don't know, but and he says, oh wow. And I'm like, oh wow, he's handsome, or wow, he has a lot of hair. Oh, tell me something. He was like, oh wow, the umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck twice. And I'm just like, what? And you see, like, my facial expression showed it all. Like, I was just like, my fiance was like, okay. So he pulled him out, cut the umbilical cord, and I can hear him crying, but it's not loud. And so, I'm not sure at this point they told me that he had the hole in his lung, or was it when I got upstairs. I just knew that information was given to me that he had a hole in his lung, and he needed to go to Baptist South to be put in a NICU because that Jack's hospital didn't have a NICU. So it is the best hospital to have a baby at, but in my case it wasn't because of my baby's circumstance. So we get to I get to the room and I'm taking my medicine and everything. Then I was waiting on my fiance to come back in the room. So when he finally did, he was like, they said the nurse is going to be here in a minute. So finally the nurse came in to talk to me. Not my nurse who was taking care of me. The nurse was going to take care of my baby. She had just so happened to be at Jason. So that was great that I got to talk to her one-on-one. And I'm going to put some pictures in there where they roll him in the little incubator thing. And I'm touching him. Y'all, I was so emotional. I was scared. I can't explain how I felt. It felt unreal at that point in time. So I'm listening to the nurse talking about what his circumstances are, and what she's going to be doing over there, and about me having a C-section. Of course, they keep you in the hospital for about 3 to 4 days, and I stayed the whole 4. And my fiance would go back and forth from me to the baby during that time, because he's just a wonderful guy. That's just him. He cares about us. But yeah, so he came in the world with the umbilical cord right around his neck twice, not once, twice, and a hole in his lung, and he still made it. Yes, I did go see him as soon as I got to the hospital, but I'm not sure if everybody's mom like this. It was getting cold around that time, and my mom was like, "You're not gonna have a setback, so it's in the house you go." So when I would go outside to go see my baby, go outside from the home to the car, I was wrapped up to see my baby in the hospital, and I couldn't go anywhere besides there. And I know my mom would have not tried to stop me from doing that, because she seen how hurt I was that I couldn't be there with him during that situation. But overall, I mean, besides that part, it was a smooth sailing situation. It was the best day of my life. It was like the worst / best day of my life. I got this wonderful, beautiful, handsome little boy, and he fought his fight. He stayed in the hospital for like a week and a day, a week or 2 days. Yes, we did get to spend the night at the hospital with his last day in the hospital, and then we got to take him home. And that was before the game, Alabama game. So he has Alabama gear on. I think I'm gonna put that picture in there too. That way. So I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. I will have more things coming your way. I promise. I've been down for a minute. I've been sick. I've been to the doctors back and forth. And I'm kind of going, my next video might be on a rundown on how all that has been going. So stay tuned for the next video. Peace.